I've always seen these beautiful lush tea plantations spread across the Dharamshala Valley and in Palampur, and I always wonder, why is the Kangra tea not as popular and widespread like Assam or Darjeeling teas? How is the Kangra tea different from the rest of the teas in the country? How much does it produce? How big is the production and its sale? These are some of the questions I have in my mind. So today, we head to one of the tea factories in the region, Dharamshala Tea Company, to understand a little about the background of the tea industry and its standing in the grand scheme of things when it comes to tea.
Why is Dharamsala tea not so famous as like Assam or Darjeeling?
And speaking of tea, let me grab a cup of tea before we head out. This is Monga Cafe, next to the Delek Hospital, and my go-to cafe. Today, I have ordered a Kangra tea. I would mostly like to sit next to the window seeing the traffic go by as I sip my chai or coffee, depending on my mood. The ambience is wonderful and so are the staff. And don't forget to try their bakeries, they are absolutely delightful. Dharamshala, with the majestic Daulata Mountains in the backdrop, has more to offer than what meets the eye. It has a small but vibrant tea plantations spread across the mountains, infused with heritage and history. I am heading to Dharamsala Tea Company because of its proximity to my place, since most of the other factories are based in Palampur. This is the first time I have ventured in this part of the town, and it's absolutely beautiful spot. The tea factory is smaller than I imagined. It's rested on a tiny hill, surrounded by these cascading tea plantations spread across the hill. And although the place seems a little dilapidated and old from the outside, but as soon as you walk in, the waft and the aroma of teas greet you. Mr. Amanpal Singh is the manager of the estate, and he graciously gave me a tour of the factory. So this is where the tea making process starts. Once the tea leaves are collected, they are filtered and spread over here. These are then carefully weighed on, measured before they are put into the rolling machine.
You can see the leaf getting rolled inside that chamber. The completely rolled and twisted leaves. You can see the color of the leaf has already changed from the light green to dark green.
Yes.
Now we'll take these rolled and twisted leaves to this floor to cool the tea and reduce the oxidation process. This is the oxidation or the fermentation process. Here the tea leaves are cooled, and when the aroma of the tea starts coming, we'll pick this tea, oxidized tea, and take it to the dryer for drying. We have brought these oxidized or the fermented tea leaves from that flow in the fermenting floor area to this dryer for drying. Here the tea will be fully dried. Now you can see the tea moving through the feeder trays inside that dryer chamber. The tea will circulate inside that dryer chamber through these complete 3 circuits. The tea will take almost about 22 minutes inside this dryer to come out at the end. You can see that dryer from where the hot air is being blown inside this dryer, and about at present the temperature is about 252 degrees Fahrenheit. This tree You can this tea has fully dried and only about 2% moisture is left in that. Now you can see the tea is all mixed up. The small leaf, the long leaf, the brokens, the fannings, they are all mixed up. After collecting this tea from the exhaust of this dryer, we'll take this tea to the sorting and the grading room to make the different grades of the tea. Generally, about 5 grades are made. The whole leaf, the BPS, the brokens, the fannings and the dust.
For some, I can still smell the tea. The aroma is very strong.
Yes.
I can still smell it.
The aroma is
Yeah, very strong.
at present, since it is almost the end of the season, we call it as the autumnal teas.
Okay.
So the autumnal teas aroma is very strong.
Yes, very strong.
You can feel that aroma in the whole factory.
Yes. When I entered the factory, the aroma is very strong.
And generally the quality of the tea at this part of the season is considered very high quality tea.
So is there any difference like in the month of June, July,
Yes.
the aroma is lesser or aroma?
The tea season is generally divided into 4 different seasons. When the tea season starts, it is during the month of March, and that tea is called as the first flush tea. Then almost about at the end of the April or starting of the May month, the dormancy period sets in and the teas are generally not of very good quality. Then again, new shoots starts coming up just before the monsoon sets in. So that we call it as the second flush tea. And then as soon as the monsoon starts, we call those teas as the rainy season tea. And at the end of the season, maybe during the whole month of the October or by end of the first week of November, these are called as the autumnal tea.
Does it affect the quality of tea in any way?
Yes, every season has its own aroma, own different type of aroma, own different type of quality.
Which do you think is the best? I don't know.
Generally, people consider the first flush teas as the best tea. Those teas are more in demand in Indian as well as the overseas market.
Okay.
The manager then took me to the sorting and packaging room, where the workers sift and sort out the different sizes of the tea leaves according to their grades.
This is the whole leaf grade, and this is generally considered as the number 1 grade. This has got the maximum flavor because the maximum part of the leaf is in this.
How can you differentiate between the grades?
We can differentiate between the grades by having a look physically at them. It will be all the grades will be of different sizes and different appearance. You can see this is a long leaf type. This is called as the whole leaf grade. I'll show you another one. You see, this grade is called as the BPS grade. You can have a look at its appearance. It is generally little bit of round in shape.
Yes.
So as per quality, this is number 2 grade in this orthodox type of tea. It is generally considered number 2 grade. This grade is called as the broken grade. So you can have a look at it. These are all the broken leaves. It is a little stronger than the BPS and the whole leaf grade. It has got more color in the liquor. This grade is very small in size, little bit smaller than the broken grade which I showed you earlier. This is called as the Fannings grade. This grade is generally used in tea bags.
Okay. Makes sense. It's like a grain.
It takes less brewing time than the whole leaf and the BPS grade. It gives more color to the liquor and is little stronger than in taste.
Like it.
Generally, it is blended with the number 5 grade, which we call it as the dust grade. So it is blended with the dust grade and then used in tea bag packing.
I then had a little discussion with the manager and tried to get a sense of the background of the tea business and especially know how the Kangra tea is doing.
When you talk about tea in general, especially in India, the first names that comes in our mind is like Darjeeling tea, Assam tea, Sikkim tea, Nilgiri teas. I've been living in Dharamsala whole my life, and I've seen a lot of tea plantations here in Dharamsala. Dharamsala Tea Company. There's so many like Wah in Palampur, Kangra Tea House. But why is Dharamsala tea not so famous as like Assam or Darjeeling?
Assam teas and the Nilgiri teas, they are generally the CTC types of teas are made, which is more in demand in the domestic markets. The Darjeeling tea and the Kangra tea, they are almost the same type of teas. The processing is the same, only different, little bit of difference in the plantations. The Darjeeling tea plantations are the premium Chinese plants, and here it is the hybrid variety. The process is the same for making the teas. So Dharamsala, or you can call it as the Kangra teas, are also, if not better than Darjeeling, but equally good as the Darjeeling tea.
Do you think we lack the marketing of the brand or anything?
Since very little quantity of teas are made in Kangra as compared to Darjeeling, so generally the overseas people, they don't know much about the Kangra teas. Moreover, the Darjeeling tea has been given some advertisement, and it is known as brand Darjeeling all over the world. So that is more in demand. That's why it is more in demand.
So I won't take much of your time. My last question would be like, where does the Dharamsala Tea Company export tea to? Do you export any tea to any?
We export directly from here to different European countries and little bit of quantity to USA also. So much of our teas are exported to France and Germany.
Oh, okay. In Europe?
In Europe.
Oh, wow.
After the wonderful chat and the excursion, I needed a break, perhaps a tea break. So I then head to another tea plantations, which has become a tourist hotspot in Dharamshala. It's a beautiful spot and you can walk right up to the edge, and it's a perfect place to click pictures and create memories. This is Kangra Tea House, another tea producer of the region. Anyway, I ordered a chai coffee latte.
Thank you.
You can order a tea and not only savor the different flavors of the Kangra tea, but also enjoy this scenic view of the valley with the majestic Dolda Mountains in the backdrop. And when you come to the mountains to enjoy its beauty, I request you to kindly take care of your waste and keep the place clean and pristine, not only for ourselves, but for the coming generations as well. In 2005, Kangra tea earned the India's Geographical Indication tag, and in 2023, it became the second Indian GI product ever to be recognized by the European Union. I think in the next few years, the Kangra tea will really do well, and who knows, might become Himachal's next big thing. So next time when you visit Dharamshala, I highly recommend you to check out the different tea plantations and factories. And don't forget to try our Kangra tea. And I guarantee you that the Kangra tea will not only leave a lasting taste and experience, but it's also a perfect gift to your loved ones back home.
The local people should drink maximum Kangra teas, so that the Kangra tea is also known the world over, and it is advertised, or you can say that the brand Kangra is promoted in every way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.